We're hearing so much lately about how the bees are dying, how the bees are in peril. And one of the lovely things we can do, even in the city, is to cultivate lemon balm, Melissa officinalis. The word Melissa means sweet, and of course it's a very popular name. Lemon balm is really easy food for the bees to harvest and collect the pollen and make wonderful honey. And lemon balm, this delicious lemony tasting herb, is a member of the mint family, and it's so easy to grow. If you have children, this is a great herb for their early gardens because it's hard to go wrong with lemon balm. It's a perennial, it does well in the shade, it seems to survive all kinds of adverse conditions. You can use lemon balm leaves in a salad, you can make a pesto with lemon balm, and you can make a tea out of lemon balm as well. It's one of the premier remedies for attention deficit disorder, and research in Europe is showing that lemon balm essential oil, also known as Melissa essential oil, when applied topically has very powerful activity against the herpes virus. So most products made in Europe contain Melissa essential oil. I find it just a wonderful thing to do when you have your water bottle, just to crush up some lemon balm and put it in your bottle of water. Makes the water beautiful and fragrant. And it's a traditional herb. Many of the great healers of the past would say lemon balm maketh the sad heart merry.
At my feet here, in all of its radiance and glory, is Melissa officinalis. It's an official plant. Well, you can say that all right. It's official because you're taking all this dead wood off from last year's reseeding. Lemon balm. I learned that lemon balm from Dr. Christopher was a very important herb for children. He would combine it with chamomile for treating almost all children's diseases, the most common ones being crying, colicky, and for flus and colds and fevers. Lemon balm is very potent as an herb to promote and induce perspiration. I learned from Nicholas Culpeper that lemon balm is an herb which treats melancholy. Melancholy was the name of a condition that we know today as depression. It was called melancholy in earlier times, and some of you who are older remember the song, "Come to me, my melancholy baby." Yes, my melancholy baby. This is the herb she should have been taking to get rid of her melancholy and make her feel happy, because as Culpeper says, this gladdens the heart. And it relieves that kind of depressive syndrome. It goes really well with another herb, because this is primarily used in Western medicine, but this goes really well with an herb that is widely used in Chinese medicine called Albizia, which is an herb for loss and depression and sadness, and for the spirit medicine, for treating the spirit, people who have experienced profound loss. But I use lemon balm also for fevers and colds whenever one needs to induce perspiration. Lemon balm is calming and cooling and soothing, and it makes a very delicious tea. It's in the mint family, and you can drink it as a beverage.
Here is lemon balm, and lemon balm just has an incredible fragrance. It has this incredible, wonderful lemony aroma, and lemon balm makes a very pleasant tea, especially if you gather it before it flowers. It makes a very pleasant beverage tea. But in addition to that, lemon balm is a carminative, good for gas and nausea and vomiting. Lemon balm is antiviral. You make a very concentrated tea and apply that several times a day to herpes infections, either oral or genital herpes. Helps them to basically dry up and basically inhibits them rather dramatically. Lemon balm is also a mood elevator. I like to dig up some lemon balm plants and bring them in the house in the winter, and sometimes in the winter and you're feeling the blues, you just rub the plants and sit there and smell the lemon balm, and it actually makes you feel better. So it's a mood elevator as well, and it also basically has some benefit for people who have hyperthyroidism, and it's actually a thyroxine inhibitor, and so for people with hyperthyroid conditions you can use lemon balm. People who have hypothyroid conditions, you can use small amounts of lemon balm, but it's not something you'd want to use in excess.
This is Melissa officinalis, or lemon balm. which is one of the great old stalwarts of European herbalism and used by us in America as well. It can be grown into the northern latitudes or into the southern. Midsummer like this one, it's in flower, is not the best time to pick it. It's better when the lusher new growth is coming on in the spring or in the fall. And yeah, it's just starting to, some of that lusher newer regrowth is just starting to appear here in mid-August, late August. And it'll almost be better to cut it down and let that growth come and then pick that. And it is a remedy for nervousness and heat, hyperthyroidism, hyperadrenalinism, that sort of nervousness, and then that can include heart palpitations, which is usually due to hyperthyroidism, and churning and irritation in the stomach from kind of emotionalism. It's called lemon balm, and it is very lemony. I just love the flavor. And of course, lemon flavor or sourness is the flavor that fights fire. So it fights heat. It's been used for herpes. In Europe, they used to make, or they probably still make, but used to use more a sedative called Melissengeist. It was made by nuns, and so they knew how to make it really well, I'm sure. And it was standard in everybody's cupboard for it's nature's Valium or nervousness or homeopathic Ignatia, like it's just the herbal for relaxation. Even if you don't really need it much or respond to it much, it'll still relax you. So it's very nice. It's not a deep acting remedy with a lot of uses. It can be cooling during menopause though. An old formula there from Sandra Boyd, a Cherokee medicine woman, is peach leaf and lemon balm leaf, which would be nice and cooling.
Okay, well, if we're going to be talking about kids' herbs, children's herbs, then one of the main herbs that comes up would be lemon balm or Melissa officinalis. I've got a nice patch of lemon balm here. This plant, having such a lovely lemon scent, is thought to be a plant that actually uplifts one's sense of well-being or happiness. The odor is definitely one that would make one feel pleasant or happy. One of the nice things about this is that it works very nicely in a tea, and it makes a nice tasting tea for children and a very pleasant smelling tea. So just the act of smelling the tea when you're going to drink the tea actually helps to uplift one's sense of well-being and their mood. It's called a thymolyptic, which is a herbal medicine or a herb that lifts up one's sense of well-being or their mood. But on a medicinal level, we could think of this plant in many, many aspects as a child's herb. We can think of it as a pain-relieving herb or an antispasmodic herb for upset stomach, spasms in the GI tract, for constipation, for upset stomach due to excitement or restlessness or agitation. You might see this in a child who has ADHD or ADD. These children can be agitated at different times of the day, sometimes having a hard time to calm down or fall asleep at night. They can also have trouble with focusing and being able to focus in on and concentrate on a task or a work at school. This herb has been shown to be very effective in aiding to help with concentration, mood, and focus, diminishing irritation, irritability. It's actually been used in some studies to help to diminish irritability and helping to go to sleep. There was a study that it combined valerian and lemon balm for children to help them with falling asleep and staying asleep and getting a good restful night and not have restless sleep. It is a wonderful syrup. You can use it as a tea, you can use it in a tincture, you could actually use it in a bath. So for babies, often with children under the age of 1, you can actually bathe them in the herbs that they are taking, and let the skin absorb some of that medicinal factor. And also, because the plant is a good plant for as I said, as an aromatherapy plant. When you're soaking in the bath, the baby also has the aroma of the lemon balm. Other places I like to use lemon balm, as I said, for sleep, for nervous system, for calming excitability, for focus, for GI cramping. Also in teens, it's very good for uterine cramping. So if there's premenstrual tension or spasming of the premenstrual syndrome that teens might have, you can use this as a tea or as a tincture. Also for helping to break fevers or as a diaphoretic. So in your cold and flu teas, if you want to add this with peppermint or elderflower or yarrow flower or catnip, this plant could also go given as a hot tea to help as a diaphoretic to help with sweating and manage that fever. Last thing about it is that many people remember that this is a great antiviral plant and it can be used for different types of herpes virus. You can use it for herpes cold sore by mashing it up in a mortar and pestle and making a poultice. You can make a cream with it. You can also use it for shingles, and you would take it both internally as well as making a poultice or cream, or taking it and making a strong tea and bathing the area with that. So as a topical, to remember it certainly for all kinds of shingles or herpes lesions, but also to take it internally as well.